Hi gamer, it's been a bit, but I have something exciting to share with you this week. I hope you've been doing well. I've had a pretty good rest of my February. In fact, since my last video, I may or may not have picked up a DSi XL, so maybe a new video coming on that soon as well, because I'll save it for whenever I make a video about it. But DSi XL is actually such a wonderful console. For the past couple weeks, I've been playing Tomodachi Life, and it's honestly been so good. I barely knew what Tomodachi Life was before this year because all I knew from it was the videos of the Miis singing that you can like edit their songs and stuff. And so yeah, Tomodachi Life has been my latest addiction. I've been playing it on my modded system, which I still have yet to show you guys what I have on here, but again, there's just so many videos, too little time. If you are not also playing Tomodachi Life, feel free to drop it down below, whatever you have been playing lately, because I am curious. Without further ado, I think we should just jump right into what this video is about to be about, because it's gonna be a long one considering everything I have sitting in front of me right now. Basically, I'm gonna be taking you through my fat stacks of games and telling you little stories about why I picked them up over the years and what I enjoyed about them, and just showing off all the games that I have in my physical collection. Since there is actually so much to cover sitting right in front of me right now, I think the easiest way to do this is just to go straight through everything that's in boxes first, and then we'll go through loose cartridges. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. My complete in box DS Games collection is pretty small. I only have 5. And the first 3, honestly, these are classics that I feel like anyone would consider them like in the top at least 15 DS games of all time. So first up we have New Super Mario Bros. This was one of the first games I ever played on DS as a child. This is not my original copy because I never actually had my own copy. My older sister had a copy and we played it together. She would let me borrow it. I had my own save file on there, and we would play a lot of the DS download play together, which if you know, you know, the mini games go crazy. So definitely, if you have never played New Super Mario Bros. DS, it's a classic and you should check it out. Next, we have Mario Kart DS. This was another one with the DS download play. It was just unmatched. You could have 8 people, 8 in one cartridge playing, okay? That is true quality value. I will say this is not my favorite Mario Kart of all time. I think my favorite Mario Kart of all time is tied between Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8? Question mark? Yeah, that's 8 for the Switch. I love Mario Kart for the Switch and I love Mario Kart for the Wii. So definitely this one comes in at number 3 for me as far as Mario Karts go, but lots of great memories with Mario Kart DS. Our third classic is the original Cooking Mama. I love this game so much. This one's another repurchase. I loved this game so much as a child, and now that I'm older, it's honestly, okay, I won't lie, it gets old a little bit quicker for me now, but it is fun to revisit. Wow, this one also has wireless DS single card download play. I have never explored DS download play on Cooking Mama. I'll have to let you guys know what I think of it when I do. This copy also has a cute little badge that says Best of E3 2006 winner. I think that's adorable. Cooking Mama definitely deserved that. It was just the moment, like such a good game. My last 2 complete in box DS games are the second and third Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright games. Why don't I have the first one? You tell me. I don't know, but I have these 2. I love them a lot. So this one is damaged. He has a stab through his heart. I also one time jokingly said like something about this in a TikTok video, and someone got mad at me and was like, you just gave me spoilers that he dies at the end of the game. And I was like, girl, I've never played this game before. I don't know if he dies. I don't know what happens. I know nothing about it. Although I have to predict that he doesn't die because there's sequels with him in it. So we shall see. But these are my last two complete in box DS games. Okay, next up is probably going to be my favorite portion of this video because it's 3DS games. We have a beautiful tall stack of my 3DS games here, and I'm just excited to share them because I have more memories, I guess, like more cohesive memories with my 3DS games. So that's just that. So I guess the way that I'll start this off is with my first two 3DS games I ever owned, and then we'll go from there. So the first 3DS game I ever owned is Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. Yes, I bought this in 2017 when I bought my first 3DS, so I have the Welcome Amiibo edition because by the time that I got into Animal Crossing New Leaf, the Welcome Amiibo edition was the standard definitive edition you're supposed to play, because otherwise you're not compatible with a lot of the people that you would want to play with, because I believe people who have Welcome Amiibo cannot connect to someone who has the original but not updated. But I don't know, don't quote me on that. I tried doing local play with one of my friends who had the original version and we couldn't connect, so I don't know. This game I have just the most ever memories with. Like, I adore this game. I one day just need to make a entire video just going through all of the different memories I have with like the Animal Crossing community with this game and just everything in general, because I also do have so many thoughts about where Nintendo totally dropped the ball when you compare Animal Crossing New Leaf to Animal Crossing New Horizons. There is so much missing, and I'm realizing this more so as I'm getting my older sister into Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm like trying to teach her things about that game, and all of a sudden I'm like, dude, where's your perfect fruit? You threw out your perfect fruit, and I Google it. There's no perfect fruit in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Who would have thunk it? But I don't know, my memories between those two games have completely like merged. Like, I don't know, I forget a lot about New Horizons whenever I'm trying to like go through it. So that's, again, a topic for another video. But Animal Crossing New Leaf is pretty much the reason. That's what it is with these Nintendo consoles. Anytime Nintendo is coming out with a console or they have one that has an Animal Crossing game I haven't played yet, you know I'm gonna get that console so that I can play the Animal Crossing game. Duh. The second game I ever got for 3DS was New Super Mario Bros. 2, which honestly, if you think about how I just spoke about the original New Super Mario Bros., you can imagine this was very exciting for me when I finally got a 3DS to try this out. And I would say it was disappointing, but it's hard to say that. Like, it did not hit as hard as the original New Super Mario Bros., but there is still something so satisfying about this version of the game. It's still a true, very fun sequel. So I don't know. I think that where this has disappointed others, I was just as excited to just have something that reminds me of one of my favorite DS games as a kid. So I find it almost a little bit embarrassing that I can remember the order in which I purchased 3DS games, but I guess I just have a good memory when it comes to that. But basically, the next three games I want to show you are the next three games I ever had for 3DS. So that is, first up, Pokemon Moon. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like this game that much. Something you will get to know about me over time as we spend more time on the internet together. I don't really like Pokemon games. And you can roast me in the comments section. I know that there are really good Pokemon games out there, but I just don't like Pokemon games that much. Pokemon Moon was definitely cool, but just not my cup of tea. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I do love this game. It was a lot of fun to get into when I first got my 3DS, and I did enjoy it. I think it's not a game that I finished, but it was one that I got a good amount of playtime out of, and I would suggest it if you are a fan of just in general, like Mario and Luigi. Like, it's a cute little spin-off of what we know and love. maybe you'll get more mileage out of the Switch versions of these games. Like, I know they came out with Luigi's Mansion 3. My friend who played it told me she loved it so much, so maybe skip over this one. I don't know. It's up to you. Ocarina of Time 3D. This one was so major for me. This was my first ever Zelda game, which I know if you are someone who's a little bit more grown than me watching this video, you're probably like, what? Ocarina of Time for 3DS was your first Zelda game? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either, okay? Like, to be fair, as a child, before I could start really like fully picking out my own games, I was at the liberty of whatever a relative or family member thought that a girl child would like to play on the DS. So some of that meant when I was a kid, I was playing the Julie Makes Her Own Way American Girl doll story game. Like, you know, sometimes I was playing the girly shovelware games because they didn't know I was gonna be a Zelda girly. They didn't know that this was actually my fate. So Ocarina of Time 3D was a wonderful experience for me getting into Zelda games, and like, what better than one of the most beloved Zelda games of all time to get into. And honestly, playing it on the 3DS is a decent experience. Next up, we have Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. I did really enjoy this game as well. I spent quite a bit of time in it making, I forget what it was, but you're basically like building up like a whole little community. Like, you make the hospital, you make the school, you make the fire station, or maybe not the fire station, the police station or something like that. I remember it was a very fun time because I was just in the thick of it with Animal Crossing New Leaf. It was just everything to me. So having some sort of expansion of New Leaf, even though this is technically not an expansion of New Leaf, you know what I'm trying to say. Having that was awesome. I loved Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer so much. Up next, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. Listen, when I purchased this, I was thinking to myself, oh, it looks so cute, an anime game. I want to play an anime game. Well, I didn't know what I was getting into at the time, okay? I didn't know. I did play some of this back then. I also didn't know that there was Shin Megami Tensei 4 until I got into Persona games, and that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But definitely this was very fun, even though when I played it, I felt like I was missing a lot of context because, well, obviously. Another one of my early purchases for the 3DS was Cooking Mama Sweet Shop. Obviously, I spoke very fondly about the original Cooking Mama, and this one caught my eye just as much whenever I was playing it. I mean, caught my heart, not my eye, I don't know. This one really captured me when I was playing it as well because I really liked filling out my little store, like cakes and little pastries I made. So this one was a lot of fun. I think it was a nice expansion of some of the mechanics of Cooking Mama. I don't know what the general consensus about this one is, so I'm a free thinker and I'm allowed to like Cooking Mama Sweet Shop even if other people don't like it that much. Alright, up next is two that I find to be, honestly, their vibes are just similar and you'll know exactly why when I show you it. But first one is Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. This game was belovedly gifted to me by my love, not to be corny. This game, I cherish it because I played a lot of the original Kirby's Epic Yarn on the Wii whenever I was a kid, and this has been fun to play on the 3DS. Definitely not quite as fun as on the Wii because, I don't know, I think it lacks a little bit of something, and I do love it though. And then, similar note, Poochy and Yoshi's Woolly World. I think this game is adorable as well. I will say I haven't spent as much time in this game because, well, I don't know. It just wasn't my most favorite thing in the world. Like, out of these two, if I'm gonna spend time in some crafted, fabric-y, platforming world, I'll choose Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn over Poochy and Yoshi's Woolly World, okay? That's just my opinion. Up next, we have two disappointing pickups that actually happened last year when I was going through a very heavy Adventure Time phase. Finally, front to back, finished Adventure Time, and so I was hungry for more Adventure Time content, and I was like, oh, of course, I can get some 3DS games, but no. This was, honestly, they're kind of a waste of space, but I keep them because, well, I love Adventure Time. The first one is Explore the Dungeon because I don't know. This one, it just sucks. I don't mean to sound like rude about it, but this one is like, even the console versions of it were not well received because it's just not the best game. Like, it's just empty. And then this one, hey Ice King, why did you steal our garbage? And this one, I haven't played much of it. It's a platformer. There's not much to be said about it because there's just not much to be said about it. I just keep these as less of 3DS games and more of Adventure Time collectibles because, yeah, they're disappointing to say the least. Up next, we have one that I have not spent a lot of time in. This is Nintendogs plus Cats, Toy Poodle and New Friends. I don't love this game, but honestly, I also can't complain that bad. I just don't love it is all. Up next, we have my only wrapped, unopened 3DS game. It's not much of a flex, okay? It's not much of a flex whatsoever, but Resident Evil The Mercenaries. This is pretty fun just as like a silly freaking mob rush game. Like, the zombies are chasing you, you gotta get them all out. Like, I don't know, it's fine. It's definitely more of a like party game style of Resident Evil, if that even makes sense. You're just playing all of these missions. I play this one on my modded system and it's fun. I like it enough, you know? Lastly, for my last complete in-box 3DS game, Bravely Default. This is a game I have never played yet, so I'll give you my thoughts one day when I get to it, but I do want to give this its own proper time, and I tend to be playing a lot of things at once, so it just hasn't had the time yet. This is one of my most recent pickups, and I'm excited to get into it one of these days, but I do have it for whenever that time comes. Editing Serena's here. Can we get a moment of silence for Persona Q? I forgot to include this in the video and I feel sad by that. Also, earlier in the video I said that I had only one wrapped 3DS game. That's a lie. This year, another moment of silence is necessary because this year I got the Michael Jackson Experience 3D from a coworker and it was wrapped. It was in mint condition. Well, I lost it. Okay, I lost it. It's sad, it's unfortunate. I don't have the Michael Jackson Experience 3D anymore. Well, now that we've made it through my big stack of complete 3DS games, I have a very short physical Switch games collection because over the years I actually have sold my Switch games to get 3DS games, which I know one day I'm gonna be kicking myself for. Once the nostalgia factor for Switch kicks in, I'm gonna be like, damn, why'd I sell all my Switch games? But let's just run it through really quick because there's not much to say about what I have going on. First up, we got Minecraft for the Switch. This was not my first Switch game, but it was one of my first Switch games because at the time I didn't have much to play Minecraft on and I wanted to get back into Minecraft, so I got it for my Switch for some reason. Up next, we have Breath of the Wild. This was my third game for the Nintendo Switch. I love this game so much. This was another game that I have just found to be so unforgettable, a game that I've found to have some ways this game like opened my eyes. Like, I don't know. Breath of the Wild was incredible. It was an incredible experience, and I love a freaking 3D Zelda game, you know? Up next, we have someone I was waiting for many, many years, who when she showed up, she may have showed up at the right time, but for the wrong reason. And when I finally got to know her, I was disappointed. That is so dramatic. This was a wonderful game. I have wonderful memories playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I think it's just when I look back at this game and compare it to my favorite Animal Crossing game, I'm hearing just the sad violins in my head right now. It's hard. It's hard to describe the joy yet disappointment I have felt from this game. Up next, we have actually a recent addition to my Switch Games collection. It was gifted to me this year by my love, and it's Breath of the Wild. No, it's Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's still closed. It's not opened yet because I have not gotten to it just yet. I have already heard the think pieces on it. I know what people's opinions are on it. Like, am I a criminal for just wanting to know what it's like, even though I know it might disappoint me? Okay, I almost just freaked out because I realized I didn't show you guys my very first Switch game. So the only game that I had for the longest time was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh, you can't even see it. Which I'm very concerned right now because I don't know where the box is for this, and I know I didn't throw out the box. So rest in peace, the box for this, because I didn't throw it out, so that means a goblin stole it from me, and I'm scared because that means there might be a goblin living in my house or something worse that I don't know about. But basically the box for this is missing, so if you happen to see the box for this anywhere, guys, just let me know, because the goblin stole it, because this was my first ever Switch game. Also, just to name some of the honorable mentions that I ended up selling off over the years: rest in peace Hyrule Warriors, rest in peace Yoshi's Woolly World, no, Yoshi's Crafted World, whatever that Yoshi fuzzy, also similar to that 3DS game was, Pokemon Shield, sorry. Anyways, rip to the fallen soldiers that I sold for more DS and 3DS games. Maybe that's just a sign, is like, if I'm selling off these Switch games because they're ass and trying to buy more 3DS games, maybe I won't regret it 5 years from now. Maybe I won't. Maybe it was the right choice. I don't know. But now, because I know this is honestly getting long, I need to speed run you through all of the loose games that I have, which is actually probably the same exact amount that I just took you through. And we'll just go through by generation again. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. I loved this game. I loved this game so much. I'm pretty sure this was my sister's copy. She doesn't watch this, but if you do happen to see this, I'm so sorry I have your copy, but I know you're not going to use it anyway. Then I have this random little Harry Potter game. It's just called Harry Potter. I don't remember much about it. I haven't played it in a while. I literally don't remember what this is. Arcade Advanced. Oh yeah. So really, if we think about it, I have one Game Boy Advance game, okay? It's just this one, come on. Of course, we have some more DS games, so I'll run you through. Oh, I'm getting too close to the camera. We're getting like too personal in here. We have Dementium the Ward, very fun. I like Dementium a lot. We have Pokemon Diamond version. Listen, you know what I'm gonna say? It's just because I don't really like Pokemon games. Someone else deserves this cartridge. I don't deserve it. Mario Party DS, hello. I never had this one as a kid. I purchased it this year. Love it. I love Mario Party DS. Kirby Superstar Ultra. This is another original from when I was a child. Kirby Superstar Ultra, again, falls under like that top 15 DS games of all time ever for me. It's just amazing. Kirby Superstar Ultra is fun. Another original from when I was a child, same cartridge and everything, Animal Crossing Wild World. I will be honest, even though this was my first Animal Crossing game, it is not my most fond one. We've already been over who's my favorite of the family, but this one is definitely a close second to New Leaf just because it was my first Animal Crossing game. As you can tell, this is kind of, other than this one, this is kind of my goat section. My faves hang out here. Sticking with DS, we have a version of Mario Kart DS that doesn't work. Don't ask why I have it. I just don't know what to do with it because I don't want to sell it to someone because it doesn't work, you know? Wally, this is a mid. This was not fun whatsoever, but I have it because I got it purchasing, I got it in like a lot. This one is a busted copy of the same other Cooking Mama game I have. My Sims, this is a mid through and through. I got it for free from a friend when I was like 15. It's just a mid, okay? Mummy, this is a mid. This is such a mid. Oh my god, it's not fun to play whatsoever. Horses, I love a girly game, okay? I have horses because why wouldn't you have horses? Drawn to Life, I have. This was one of my original games from being a kid, and SpongeBob Drawn to Life in particular is a meme of an experience, honestly, but it's so fun. So definitely check it out if you enjoyed the first Drawn to Life games, because who doesn't just love when all of a sudden a game you love has a licensed character version? Hamster's Life, okay, it's self-explanatory, like horses. Like, sometimes you just like a girly game because it's a girly game. We have Assassin's Creed, which I purchased for sentimental value. Maybe one day I'll share more about that. And then this one, Lunar Dragon Song, is one that I picked up. I haven't played it much. It's an interesting one. I just keep it because I don't really have a reason to sell it for $2, you know? And then, oh, this is cute. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Haven't played much of it. Honestly, I would consider this a little bit of a mid, but maybe it's just because I haven't given it enough of a try. Paper Mario Sticker Star, again, I consider this a mid, but I don't know if it's actually, I don't know if it's my fault, okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't know if it's my fault. And then finally, a mid and a duplicate of one of my goats. That's it. It's Happy Home Designer and The Hidden. The Hidden, this is like one of those, like, you use the 3DS camera. It's a gimmicky game. It's not fun. If you ever see this and think, oh, it must be a horror game. No, it's not. It's not a horror game. You, like, are ghost hunting in real life. It's stupid. I suppose that's it. I feel like all of a sudden, whenever I was talking about the loose cartridges, I started talking so fast. If you were able to keep up, I hope you enjoyed that little roller coaster we just went on. But that is my physical games collection for my handhelds. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to get another one out soon. And until then, let me know what you've been playing lately and if there's any particular games that you are really looking for a physical copy of. And also, not to be sappy, but thank you again for anyone who hangs out here and like watches any of my videos or comments. I go through the comments and I pretty much read all of them because I just feel so grateful that there are like-minded people finding my videos and able to just celebrate this love of handheld gaming with me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.